Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel, guys. And wow, what about that for a Joan Gamper trophy? Are you not entertained? There was some absolutely incredible football out there today. Amazing goals. We are going to be talking about all of it here. You know, Lamine Yamal, so special. Fermin Lopez, Marcus Rashford in amongst it as well, along with so many more quality performances. And today, guys, as well, it's not just about what we saw out there on the field in the 90 minutes. We are as well going to be talking about what happened before kickoff, of course, with the presentations of each player and the speech from Marc-Andre ter Stegen. That is all on the way for you. I hope you enjoyed all of that. Now let's do this. But let's first of all begin at the start of the game tonight here up against Como. Let's look at Barca's starting lineup here because I thought it was very, very interesting. Obviously now we're only 1 week away from the start of the new season there in La Liga, and I thought there was some big calls early on for Hansi Flick. It was Marcus Rashford that led the line in the number 9 role. Fermin Lopez got a really important start there, and boy did he perform in midfield. Joan García was sporting a new number. He is the new Barca number 5, and this right here is the team that Hansi Flick started the game with. And in terms of Como, there were plenty of familiar faces there as well. They started with Alex Valle and also Sergi Roberto in their starting lineup, and of course they are coached by none other than Cesc Fabregas. And boy, did I feel old seeing him on the touchline there coaching, and he's doing a great job. You know, Como tonight, obviously Barca really made them pay, but there were some promising signs, and they did play very well last season, to be fair there to Cesc. And early on, they were causing Barca problems there. They were pressing high, they were really putting the pressure on Barca, and after 20 seconds of the game, Joan García was forced into a big save. And how about this save here? He gets down really well, in my opinion, to his right-hand side, reflex save, really good stuff. Now, in the end, yet again, this move is eventually flagged offside, but Joan García, he doesn't know that. He's not aware of that. In the end right here, he has just got to be switched on from that very first second of the game, because as a Barca goalkeeper, you've got to be ready. You've got to be prepared. There might be an early save for you to make. We saw that on plenty of occasions last season, and really good signs there. We then had the opening goal from none other than Fermin Lopez, and this right here is Como looking to play out of the back. They're looking to play it short, and just look at the pressing. And again, this is only in pre-season, but you can see the intent of Barca. You can see that Hansi Flick philosophy to press and really bring the energy. And what that does is forces a big mistake from Como there. They give it away in a really bad area, and this is where Fermin, he's just incredible. Genuinely, guys, if he's picking the ball up in this kind of area, just outside the box, just there in the D, you've got to be really careful. He is capable of doing anything from here. He really is just lurking, finds the space, finds the time, and there's actually a sliding challenge that is coming in just as he's striking this ball. Goalkeeper doesn't get to it. It just in the end trundles past him, and that is the opening goal for Barca. Fermin with his first of the game, but boy, would that not be the last, because what you can see right here, guys, and again, this is another example of something we spoke about earlier on in pre-season, Lamine Yamal just attracting players. That's what we're going to see in this season. Of course, teams are going to double up on him, they're going to triple up on him, they're going to do whatever they possibly can to try and stop him, and they'll probably fail, but look at the amount of players that have just drawn their attention away from the rest of the Barca team, because again, this time Frenkie wins back possession of the ball, he turns it over really quickly there into the path of Fermin, good vision from Frenkie, and it's in that same position. You know, he's lurking there, he knows all about finding that nice little pocket in the 10, goalkeeper is a bit out of position. But what about this finish, guys? You know, Fermin, that's what I mean. If he gets his confidence going, if he is really feeling himself, he can score from anywhere, and he can score a serious amount of goals. He just pops this one into the top left-hand corner. It is a wonderful finish from Fermin. And he's just so dangerous. He is a player who is growing in stature, he is growing in confidence, and we've said it all summer long. He is primed for a big season. We saw a lot of encouraging signs at the end of last season. He started to really feel himself again. He started to find a home in this Hansi Flick team. Now, in my opinion, he is ready. He is absolutely ready to take that next big step. That's why it was vital that we kept hold of him. He is a perfect player for this team. He's the perfect player to have in amongst your squad. And now, by the way, he is banging on the door of that starting line. You're looking at the first league game of the season, you're looking at the matches we have to come, he is right there on form, looking at the way that he's playing. Fermin is on fire right now. However, guys, as good as those goals were and as beautiful as some of those finishes were, in my opinion, the pick of the first half goals, in terms of the all-round play, the whole team being involved, it would have to be that third goal from Raphinha. And I love everything. I love absolutely every aspect of this goal here, because let's start from the beginning. It starts with Joan García. Now, first of all, it's the vision, because you actually see him here. Have a look up. He sees the run there. He sees Rashford dropping in. And a lot of people are questioning, Joan García. Yes, he's a great shot stopper. Yes, he's a fantastic goalkeeper in his own right. But what about the distribution? What about him there with the ball at his feet? Well, here, he plays an absolutely beautiful ball there. Just floated into Rashford, into his feet. It's a great first touch from Rashford there. He brings it down. He gets control of the ball. And then, what I love about this, he's on the move. He's not just happy there to bring that ball down, just to pop it off and play the easy option. He actually there lays it off, and then he's on his bike. And that is the beauty of having somebody like Marcus Rashford, so mobile as the number 9. He can drop in, he can lay that ball off, and then he's got the pace, he's got the dynamism to be right there in behind. And he actually makes it so easy there. When Fermin receives this ball, Rashford, he's already on his way. He's already bombing past him. Nobody's stopping him there. All you've got to do is roll the ball just slightly in behind the defence. They are not getting anywhere near him. They're not catching him. And all you're looking for now is the touch from Rashford, which is good. He's into the final third. He's into the penalty area. Can he make the good final decision? Has he got the end product? Raphinha is right there with him. And it's a fantastic ball across the box. It is absolute perfection. Rashford here is showing why in the training sessions, Flick is seeing him now more and more as that number 9. He can see the mobility. He's got that understanding of the game. Rashford has spoken about it himself. He sees that as one of his biggest strengths, his biggest assets, understanding teams, understanding where he needs to move, where he needs to be, how he can get on the end of things. You see it here. It's a wonderful run. Great ball across. Raphinha has an easy finish, and that is definitely a sign of things to come. Barca putting so many good passes together, so many good plays, and it's exciting to see, even so early, the combinations, they are already forming. It is very exciting. But of course, guys, before the half-time whistle, we were not quite done there yet, were we? We wanted to add a 4th goal before half-time, and this one, it's a little bit contentious. If you're on Como's side, you're probably thinking here, where's my free kick ref? Sergio Roberto, to be fair to him, wasn't very happy at all with the referee, but hey, the whistle didn't come. Raphinha, in my opinion, just about gets there first. He wants it more. I think Barca in general here wanted this. You could see it a lot more than Como did. The energy was very good, especially in that first half. No free kick was given. It's an easy ball then to Yamal, who has an open goal, and he also caused plenty of problems there for the Italian opposition in the first half. And it was a great 45 minutes of Barca there, scoring 4 goals, getting the confidence going. The crowd were absolutely loving it. What a start to this game, and just fantastic goals. But of course, guys, just before the half-time whistle, we do have to mention one of the goals that should have been, but somehow ended up not being. I mean, it's brilliant play from Lamine Yamal. He actually starts this here by barging someone off the ball. Really good strength. Plays it into Rashford. And again, you see the potential. You see there Rashford on the shoulder there, really looking to exploit all of that space. And he's going to get so much joy in this kind of area. And he does everything right. I mean, I guess that's the really frustrating thing about this. It's brilliant from him. He's got that pace. He gets onto the ball. He actually takes it round the goalkeeper. Really clever. Step over. He's got an open goal, and you're just waiting for the net to ripple, and it doesn't. He just puts it wide, and I think, to be honest there, I don't know, it's probably a bit casual, maybe it's because it's pre-season, just took his eye off the ball a little bit, but hey, like I say, you can see the potential. It's a bad miss. It can happen really to anybody, to be fair. We're going to be talking about one as well from Ferran. Not quite that level, but not ideal either. But good signs from Rashford today. Despite that miss there, lots and lots to build from. But as we do move in then to the second half, Lamine Yamal, he was not done yet, was he? What a brilliant goal it was to make it 5-0. You can see right here, Alejandro Balde advancing. This is something I'd like to see more of from him, actually, in the new season. He can do it. He's so capable there. He's a brilliant all-round footballer. He can come in field. You know, he can play. He can really advance into these areas and cause problems. He then just pops the ball into Ferran Torres, who came on at half-time for Rashford. He spins brilliantly, plays a great ball to Yamal. The ball is so good that Yamal can take it on first time. And that's the beauty of this kind of finish here. When you take that on first time, the goalkeeper, he doesn't have the time to set himself. He can't prepare for the shot that's coming his way. It's a wonderful finish from Yamal. And if I had to predict something, I would just say we're going to see so much more of this here. Yamal in this area, he's really adapting now to the finishes. He's really starting to hone in on these kind of finishes. That's a wonderful, wonderful goal there from him. And then, like I say, we had another miss. It should have been 6-0, and it should have been Ferran. Now, look at, first of all, at the hunger from Raphinha. Even in a pre-season game, he is hunting the ball down there. He is desperate to get it back, and he does. It's a brilliant ball then from him into Yamal, who's unselfish, cuts it back to Ferran Torres, and again, it should be a goal. The net, the goal, it is right there, but he just gets the ball stuck under his feet. He can't quite get the finish away, and in the end, he puts it wide. So, promising signs from everybody, I would say, in the front line there, just working so well. Every combination seems to be clicking so nicely. But what I also have to say, you know, aside from all of the goals are incredible. The goals are the things that are going to get the headlines, you know, so much of that today, so much quality in that area. But can we talk about Joan García? You know, the saves that I'm seeing from him early on here, it is early days at Barca, but I think we could be very excited about him. I just think the way that he's commanding his penalty area. You look at it right here. First of all, I think we let this happen too easy. I think it's far too easy there to just advance into our penalty area, just skip round a few challenges. This shot should have never been allowed to be gotten away. But once it does, I mean, look at Joan García. He makes himself big. He puts himself in that commanding position. And it's another save down low that he really seems to excel at. And I've got to say, he's just given me confidence right now. And if he's giving us confidence as fans, he's giving his backline confidence there. It's great to see a goalkeeper be commanding, be firm, be strong in these situations. That is what we've been looking for. And today, so happy with him. And I do just think in general, guys, with everything that we saw from Barca today, I think Hansi Flick will walk away from this game so happy. You know, really happy, especially when you compare it to last year, for example. Then we actually lost in the Joan Gamper trophy. We looked as though we were a little bit off the pace 1 year ago. Right here, though, we were on it. Every single ball, every moment there. Sharpness is coming here for Barca, and that is perfect. The new season starts in just 1 week time. We've got to be ready. We have to be on the ball. And tonight we were sharp. We looked very good, very effective, and very motivated ahead of the new season. I am now very excited, and I think we all can be. But of course, guys, I did say there that we would come on to everything that happened before the game of football. You know, there was plenty of stuff that happened there in the presentation of each players there, as is customary in the Joan Gamper trophy. Now, of course, we had a huge ovation for Lamine Yamal. He was enjoying himself, wasn't he, during the presentation there? You saw lots of laughs between the players, Lewandowski and Yamal, sharing again that really close bond. We had Hansi Flick giving his entire pre-season speech in Spanish. You know, the crowd were really impressed by that there. Flick making that real effort, learning very quickly, of course. I'm sure he's been doing his Spanish lessons. But hey, Hansi, if you do know a lot more about the language now, still don't pay attention to what they're saying in the Spanish media. That is absolutely important advice right here. What was then very bizarre, in my opinion, was seeing Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Joan García both come out wearing the number 1 shirt. Now, in my opinion, that is just bizarre. It's a really strange thing to happen. Maybe it's a bit of a sign of the times at the club right now. And part of me wondered, hey, you've got number 1, you've got another number 1. Part of me wondered whether Joan Laporta was going to come out with a shirt maybe with a colon on the back, the punctuation mark, by way of announcing the 1-for-1 rule. Now, that would have been absolute cinema. That didn't happen though, unfortunately, and in the end we had 2 number 1s. I've never seen that before. Very, very strange, but hey, this is Barca right now. And then, of course, we did have the presentation, first of all, of Marc-Andre ter Stegen. It was hard to really tell what the reaction was on the broadcast. You know, to be honest, the commentators were just shouting over every single name that was read out, so we didn't actually get to pick that much up from the microphones inside the stadium. There was a few videos that I've seen where there was a few whistles, there was a few boos, but, you know, nothing too much, I would say. And what was interesting then, of course, is that ter Stegen, as the captain again, he had to give the speech. Now, part of me thought maybe he wouldn't want to do this, but actually he seemed to really enjoy the opportunity to speak openly with the fans. To be fair to him as well, he came unbelievably prepared. Not only did he have his number 1 shirt, but he also had an entire script ready to read from, and it was quite a lengthy speech, and I did think there maybe a few of his teammates in the end were like, okay, Mark, wrap it up, you know, we have got to get on here, but he did have a lot to say, and I think it's quite interesting, really. I can't decide whether it felt like, in some ways, a bit of a farewell. Like, ter Stegen thought, okay, this might be the last time that I ever get to address the fans. This might be the last Gamper speech that, for instance, I ever do as the Barcelona captain. Will this be my opportunity to just say, okay, I do love the club, you know, I appreciate all the support, all of this kind of stuff. Was this a bit of a farewell? Is he going to be leaving at some point this season? Or, you know, I can't decide. Did this feel as though it was somebody who honestly believes they're going to come back? You know, did it feel as though when he's talking there about the season to come, when he's talking about winning titles, the work that's got to go in, does he still believe in his mind like he's going to come back into this team and play when he's fully recovered from his surgery? So right now, I'm still not sure what's going on with ter Stegen. I've got to be honest with you. I don't even think the club know. I don't even think he knows, to be honest. I think we're just lurching from one thing to another. But hopefully now we can just put all this nonsense, let's be honest. Let's put all that behind us. Let's focus on the season. Ter Stegen is out. Joan García, he is the number 1. Brilliant today. And I'm very, very excited to see what he can do in the coming campaign. So that, indeed, guys, is everything right here tonight from the Joan Gamper Trophy, and what a time it was. Absolutely incredible action, and what I would like to know in the comments down below, 2 things actually. Firstly, which was your favourite goal? Which out of the 5 there did you enjoy the most? Let me know that, and also, who impressed you tonight? Lots of quality on show, lots of potential there in this Barca team. Let me know all of those thoughts down below. I will be seeing you soon. There is lots more that we need to talk about, and we will. But thank you indeed for the great support. I'll catch you soon. But until next time, as always, Veshka, El Barça.